What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 97. We started today's episode off on the back of our big win over Leeds, where Rasheisha got an injury in that game. I didn't see where it happened, but thankfully it was just a bruise, so just a 5-day injury, meaning he'll miss the following game against Newcastle United in midweek, but be okay for the game on the weekend. And as you see, heading into the game right now, 22 games into this season, Gavin Humphreys, after I would say the best run of form he's had in this series so far, is now leading the way in the race for the Golden Boot for the first time this season. Not only overtaking Timo Werner of Man City, who was in second, but now his teammate Rabbi as well. And I guess it just forces me to pose the question, who's the star? Rabbi versus Gavin, who's the star? Because, you know, for so long we talked about it. Humphreys was the highest rated player of the team, club captain, talisman, my guy, but Matondo has won back-to-back Golden Boots. He's been our top scorer ever since he came into the team and was always just my go-to guy up top because I knew he'd bail me out, and Humphreys was sort of, despite being like the big name, like the second option for me. But now that Humphreys has got just as many goals and now more than Rabbi Matondo, I guess I'm starting to wonder, whilst I used to say that Matondo, despite being less of the star of this series, was my main guy, I think Gavin now is the star outright, wouldn't you say? Now that he's going for that Golden Boot for the first time ever, he's saying to Rabbi Matondo, like, bro, you've had the Golden Boot the past 2 years, been our top scorer every single season since you came in. It's my turn now. It's my turn now to win the scoring title. So, yeah, first game of today's episode, the Magpies here at home in midweek on the back of the big win against Leeds. Still top of the table for now and keeping Manchester City at bay for the time being. And 10 minutes in, we had a 2-goal lead. First down, James scoring our first, and then Rabbi Matondo saying to Gavin, bro, seriously, I'm the Golden Boot winner back-to-back. I'm going for 40 goals this season. Don't get in my way. And it's so funny because, like, this rarely ever happens in one of my saves where I've got the top 2 scorers in the Premier League or whatever league I'm managing in, you know, part of my team. Ordinarily, there's one out-and-out main source of goals for me. It's very rare that I've got 2 players in the top 3, let alone the top 2. But right now, that's the situation I'm in. And I can't really compare it to many things. The only thing this was reminding me of as I was going through this game here against the Magpies, leading by 2 and really just completely dominating. Chance to make it 3 here as Humphreys flicks through Ben Davis. And the vet gets a goal, his second of the season, to make it 3-0. The only thing I could compare this to was Formula 1. Now, I don't watch Formula 1. My housemates do. A couple of my housemates do. A couple of my friends do as well. I don't watch Formula 1, so if I'm wrong about this, then please do forgive me. But I'm pretty sure that a few years ago, there was a championship race where the top 2 drivers who were going for the championship both represented the same company. I think it was Lewis Hamilton and someone else at Mercedes, I believe. I really should know this. I've got a friend who works for Mercedes. He would not be happy if he was hearing me talk about this. But yeah, I think that's the only thing I can really compare it to. Like, the team objective is what's most important. Of course, don't get me wrong. But individually, you've got 2 members of the same team competing for their own title. And that was the case in this game as well. Humphreys bagged a goal after he set up 2 in this game as well to make it 4-0 to with 25 minutes to go. Gotta say though, what a cross by Nico Williams. That was unbelievable. Whipped ball in by the former Liverpool fullback. So leading by 4 goals to 0. Matondo had 1, Humphreys had 1. That was his 22nd of the season so far. And with 10 minutes to go, the game basically done. The Magpies hadn't really put me under pressure in the entire game. Sometimes people ask me, you know, why I'm so timid when defending inside my own area. This is the reason why I've often talked about it. If you miss time a stand tackle in your own area, it's a penalty. Like, it's a penalty, and my record saving penalties is like 1 in 10. So yeah, that's the reason why. I don't know what I was doing with Price here, by the way. That's the reason why when the ball is being worked in my area and I'm right next to the AI forward, I'd always just kind of like stand there, try and block a direct route to goal, and hope that my AI defenders are marking tightly as well. Because if you mistime a tackle like I did with Nico Williams, to be fair, it was horrendously mistimed. You'll give away a penalty every single time. So yeah, through regardless on Tuesday night, and after our win over Arsenal in the FA Cup 3rd round, as we know, we've got Luton Town, the Hatters, away at Kenilworth Road for the 4th round tie. This will be our 2nd game to this episode. Luton Town are bottom of the championship right now. out as well. And, you know, I often talk about this. If you're watching my BLFL career mode right now, and I've mentioned this before, we haven't had much luck so far in our DFB Pokal Cup draws. But I often find when I'm managing in England and in the English football pyramid, I tend to get drawn against Football League teams. I'd say more than half the time, which is pretty bizarre, but it's true. And I think one of the reasons why, as I've mentioned a few times now, is because cup sets in FIFA career mode are much more common than in previous years. In previous years, it was a real surprise to see a lower league team go far. But you often see now, in every other season of career mode, there's normally a championship or a League One team reaching like the last eight, or so sometimes the quarterfinals or even the semi. Quarters is the last eight, but you know, reaching the quarterfinals or the semis of the competition. It's not that surprising now to see a championship team go far. I've seen a couple of times in this year's FIFA a championship team get to the final of the FA Cup as well. So I guess it's not too surprising that in the cup draws, because of the sheer numbers of Football League teams that are available to be drawn against, plus the fact they do tend to go further than in previous FIFAs, it's not too surprising that I'll often be drawn against a side outside of the top tier. So yeah, we had Luton, Hatters away, Kenilworth Road, and you see my lineup as well heading into the game. Very strong indeed. I've talked about it. You know, for me, ordinarily, the domestic cups are a chance for me to rest my first team, throw out fringe backup players, bench players, and a few starters here and there as well. This season's completely different. I want to get to Wembley for the first time ever. Yes, I know technically we were there at the start of the season in the Community Shield, but I mean in the FA Cup. We've never got to the semi-final. The furthest we got is the quarters twice. I want this to be the year I finally get to the Final Four. And heading into the game against Luton Town, bottom of the championship, we're taking no chances. Really strong lineup. We were 3-0 up before the break. We had one from Matondo, one from Humphreys, and Rishaysha back in the starting 11 got a goal as well. He's been like really good this season, man. Tavonge, fan favourite, love the guy, as he got one of our 3 goals in the first half. And really in this game, just in no danger of losing it. 3-0 up, continue to stay in attack mode, look to get as many goals as possible right before the hour mark. Gavin, Humphreys, his bag, his brace. Right now, he's just absolutely dominating. Whilst Matondo will still be a source of goals in this team and our primary source of goals as well. But at the moment, he's sort of taking a back seat a little bit, and Gavin is scoring more on average in recent weeks. That's his 4th goal in our 2 FA Cup ties as we led by 4-0 here at Kenilworth Road. There were 21 minutes to go. Oh, you love to see it. My heart was in my mouth when going through one-on-one, but Alan Bound intercepts, plays a 1-2 with Gavin. Humphreys outpaces James Breeder right back, and for the first time since returning from his loan spell at Ibrox, Alan Bound has a goal for Newport County. We've waited all season long for him to get his first, and there it is. A bit of a meaningless goal, if I'm being totally honest. But listen, we won't mind one bit. It had no impact on the result whatsoever. He made it 5-0, and that was how the game will finish. We are into the last 16 of the FA Cup, and Alan Bound wrapped it up with his first of the season. I was buzzing, man. Absolutely buzzing, because he's up to 75 overall now. He will never become the striker he potentially could have been when we got him out of the academy, with the potential to be special. I don't deny it. I didn't make a mistake. Absolutely not. Rabbi Matondo is now 91 overall and one of the best strikers in the world. Of course I didn't make a mistake prioritising Rabbi over Bound, because look what's happened in the series. But even so, it is still sad to know he'll never be the striker he potentially could have been. But like I said, I don't think I made a mistake in prioritising Rabbi's development over Alan's. Why? Because this guy is back-to-back Golden Boot winner. He has a chance to hit 40 this season, and he scores the opening goal of our 3rd and final game. Back to matters in the Premier League, we're travelling to Steven Gerrard's Aston Villa at Villa Park. Matondo's 21st of the season, 24 games. Like I said, recently, a few less goals on average than normal for Rabbi Matondo. His goal-to-game ratio has taken a slight decrease, if you will. But the main reason why is because of this guy, as he assists him for our 2nd goal 33 minutes in. Humphreys extends his scoring run with the Gomi celebration. I love it. I've never done this one before. I can't remember how I did it, to be honest, but it looks really, really cool. Matondo to Humphreys, our 2 stars linking up. And I guess that really is the answer to my question today. What a save by Price here, but I had to include this incredible save to his left left-hand side, tipping his header onto the post. You know, we'll have these debates forever about who's the real star of this team, who's the most important player to this team, Rabbi, Matondo, or Gavin Humphreys. But really, they're both stars, man. Like, they're both heroes for me, for what Matondo's done since he came in. At the end of the day, we would not be where we are right now without Rabbi, but also for Gavin Humphreys as well. I'd say they're just as important as each other, because at the end of the day, how many times do you see one assist the other? For 2 of our 3 goals, that's exactly what happened. Matondo rolling through Gavin for both his goals in a brace in this game. We led by 3-0. At the end of the day, they're both stars, but if you take one of them out, the other one won't be as good, as Humphreys rolls through Matondo here, who chips it onto the post, and Aston Villa will clear it away. I need both of these guys. They're both stars, they're both heroes, but I need both of them. They got our 3 goals in this game. Brace for Humphreys, 1 for Matondo, 3-0 Newport County away at Aston Villa, and after a great run of form for Newport County, still haven't lost in several games now since our loss to Southampton. We're still top of the table, 14 games to go. We've now opened up a 4-point gap on Manchester City, 13 clear of Spurs, and 18 clear even of the Red Devils and Leeds as well. I said it before and I'll say it again, the chasing pack could still catch up, but to me, this has been, for the whole season, a 2-horse title race. But that will end today's episode of Club and Country, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you had, then please drop a like. Most of you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of See and See very soon.